And headlines. Prime Minister Abiy says Addis Ababa Riverside project more dam beautification effort. And cross-border infrastructure projects between Ethiopia and South Sudan target boosting trade and regional connectivity. Hello, this is ABC World, your new voice of Pan-Africanism, coming to you live from Addis Ababa, Africa's diplomatic capital. I'm Santayo Tamarat with the news hour. Do stay tuned. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has described Addis Ababa's Riverside Development Project as a transformative urban renewal initiative that is reshaping the city's generating employment opportunity and advancing sustainable development. He said that it is far more than a riverbank beautification effort, describing it as a comprehensive urban transformation program that is redefining the city's landscape while creating jobs and expanding economic opportunities. In a social media post, the Prime Minister noted that the project stretches across the Ntoto Peacock Corridor and Ntoto-Abena Corridor, extending up to 50 meters beyond the river banks. He said the initiative is creating green corridors, public gathering spaces, pedestrian-friendly walkways, recreational facilities, and commercial areas that are contributing to the city's modernization. The project's impact extends beyond physical infrastructure, he said. He further stated that the development has created employment opportunities for thousands of people in construction, engineering, landscaping, logistics, and related sectors, while also opening new business prospects for local contractors, suppliers, and service providers. The Premier emphasized that much of the project's design and implementation has been undertaken by Ethiopian professionals, demonstrating the country's growing expertise in urban planning, infrastructure development, and project execution. Prime Minister Abiy also highlighted the environmental benefits of the initiative, noting that areas previously used as dumping sites and prone to flooding have been transformed into cleaner, greener, and healthier public spaces. Communities living along the river banks are expected to benefit from improved environmental conditions and enhanced public alignment amenities. He added, the Prime Minister said the integration of commercial facilities with public and environmental spaces illustrates how economic development and ecological restoration can complement each other. Describing the project as a long-term investment in the city's future, Prime Minister Abiy said the Riverside Development Initiative is helping build a greener, more connected, economically vibrant, and people-centered Addis Ababa for future generations. Director General of Ethiopia's Institute of Foreign Affairs, Jafar Badru, said Ethiopia and South Sudan share deep historical ties and that trust, cooperation and sustained diplomatic engagement are essential for building a stronger common future. The Director General said the remark during the launch of a 4-day advanced diplomatic training session for South Sudanese diplomats in Addis Ababa, and a move aimed at strengthening bilateral relations and enhancing economic cooperation between the two countries. Shagamara has more on that.
Ethiopia has begun a diplomatic training program for South Sudanese diplomats in Addis Ababa aimed at strengthening ties and enhancing cooperation between the two neighboring countries. The program covers Pan-Africanism, negotiation skills, and contemporary African diplomacy. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Executive Director of the Ethiopian Institute of Foreign Affairs, Jafar Badru, said the initiative reflects the long-standing partnership and mutual trust between Ethiopia and South Sudan. He also highlighted ongoing cross-border infrastructure projects designed to boost trade and regional connectivity.
When a country opens its door to train neighboring diplomats, it makes a friend for the next 30 years. The colleagues besides you this week may be the very person you reach one day. In a moment that matters far better to build than bond now among friends that to go searching for it later in a hurry. So the Institute of Foreign Affairs invests in you, it invests in a future we mean to ride side by side.
South Sudan's Deputy Head of Mission to Ethiopia, Ambassador Boutros Tokdeng, welcomed the training, saying it would help diplomats address growing global challenges and contribute to peace-building, regional integration and economic cooperation.
This training provides valuable opportunity to exchange the experience, deepen knowledge, and building professional network among colleagues from diverse background. Some of you may be different, but we came with different diversity, which is a cross culture between us and Ethiopia. Your contribution will strengthen diplomatic capacity in a high value of the training. As we begin this training, I wish all participants productive and enriching, successful learning and experience.
The advanced diplomacy training is expected to further reinforce diplomatic relations and support ongoing efforts to deepen cooperation between Ethiopia and South Sudan across a range of strategic areas.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the news from EBC World. And finally, former Chief of Staff of the Ethiopian National Defense Force, General Samorai Younis, has sharply criticized recent political developments in the Tigray region, describing them as completely illegal. Take a look.
When the TPLF was the ruling party, it was widely criticized for suppressing political dissent, restricting democratic space, and relying on military solutions rather than dialogue to resolve political disputes. Many observers viewed this approach as a reflection of the TPLF's long-standing political strategy. Today, critics argue that the TPLF continues to follow the same political ideology and is repeating many of the mistakes that characterized its previous period of governance, this time affecting the people of Tigray themselves. Former Chief of General Staff, General Samorai Younis, has strongly opposed attempts to dismantle the Tigray interim administration and establish an alternative governing structure. According to him, such actions have neither a legal base nor official legitimacy.
In my view, these actions have no legal foundation and cannot be considered legitimate. Similar unlawful practices have occurred in the past as well. Both the interim administration, previously led by Getachew Reda, and the current administration headed by Lieutenant General Taddesse Orada faced persistent obstacles that hindered their ability to perform their responsibilities and prepare the region for elections. The decision by a group gathered in Aksum to establish what they called a new administration as the creation of an illegitimate government.
The general accused certain political actors in the region of being primarily motivated by the pursuit of power, arguing that some seek authority in order to avoid accountability. At the same time, he praised the federal government's approach of addressing the situation through patience, restraint, and peaceful means. Reflecting on the Pretoria Peace Agreement, General Samora stated that the people of Tigray welcomed the agreement with hope and optimism. However, he expressed a concern that some political leaders quickly shifted their focus from implementing the peace process to competing for political power. He also criticized regional leaders for portraying the federal government as an enemy while continuing to benefit from federal budget allocations. According to the general, claims that the government intends to launch military operations after elections are being used to mobilize young people. He emphasized, however, that the federal government has shown no intention of resolving the current situation through war.
The primary interest of the people of Tigray is peace, stability, and security. Parents and community leaders should oppose the mass recruitment of young people. The people of Tigray must be allowed to participate freely in elections, and their democratic right to choose their own leaders must be respected. Ultimately, the strongest guarantee of the people's security and right is the people themselves.
Addressing the ongoing recruitment of youth in the region, General Samora claimed that the practice resembles strategies historically employed by Eritrea's ruling establishment. He argued that Eritrea has now abandoned what he described as its long-standing objective of weakening and destabilizing Ethiopia. As political tensions continue in the region, General Samora called for peaceful political engagement, respect for democratic process, and the protection of the rights and interests of the people of Tigray.
And a reminder of top stories now. Prime Minister Abiy says Addis Ababa Riverside project more than beautification effort. And cross-border infrastructure projects between Ethiopia and South Sudan target boosting trade and regional connectivity. Thank you so much for watching the news from ABC World. I'm Santayo Tamarat with the news. Do stay tuned with the rest of ABC programs. See you.
Hello and a very warm welcome to ABC